Everybody, welcome back to your latest Manchester United news, and we'll be talking the latest on Ayub Bouaddi and his potential move to Manchester United. There's some news on Mason Mount, Felix Lemaitre, Mateus Fernandes, and most. Don't forget, and let's get into it. So, in terms of Ayub Bouaddi, what is being said at the moment is he's being followed by United, City, Arsenal, and Bayern Munich. In case of his departure, Lille prefer a sale with a 1 year loan so that he can continue to develop at the club. Lille's president Olivier Letang is demanding between 80 million euros and 100 million euros. The player appreciates PSG project, but the Parisian club does not plan to recruit a midfielder this summer unless there's an unexpected departure. Now, listen, in terms of Bouaddi, he's someone I've watched at the World Cup for Morocco in their group stage campaign so far, and I think he's been Morocco's best player in terms of at 18 years of age, being calm, being composed on the ball, not being phased. I think he's got everything you'd want in the midfielder at such a young age. He's a proper number six, someone who just shields the back line and would offer so much to support that defence. Now, obviously, he is still only young, and with that comes inexperience, and obviously, he's not the finished article on potential mistakes. But I feel like he's definitely someone worth investing in. He's doing it at the biggest stage of the World Cup, and I think he's someone that Manchester United would and should take the risk in now. Obviously, United have done business with Lille before, and I think him and Yoro they're obviously similar ages. They were coming through the Lille Academy at the same time. And Bouaddi for me is someone who I'm sure off the back of this World Cup, depending on how far Morocco go, will get a big move to a big European club. Now again, saying that, there will be lots of competition from other clubs, City, Arsenal, PSG, Bayern Munich, as mentioned. They will all be interested in him. I feel like he is a player who you are spending on, obviously, for the future. He's not someone that's going to come in and be that finished article and solve all your midfield problems immediately, but he's someone that you can definitely add to your list. And I think his composure on the ball, his passing ability, his ability to defend and break up play is something that United should be taking a look at now. Again, 80 to 100 million euros is quite a ridiculous price, but if you look at kind of similar to Lenny Yoro, he was someone who was touted as one of the best talents in the centre back department in the world at that time. So I think Bouaddi is someone who's valued highly by Lille, and I'm sure a club will pay for that now. The whole loan thing, I think that's something that makes sense. He is still only young, and United probably wouldn't need him straight away anyway. Obviously, you would want him to play, but for his development, it'd be good to send him back on loan, get some more experience with the French team. But Bouaddi for me is definitely someone that you look at in that midfield. He'd complement Mainu, he'd be a very good number six, and at 18 he already looks so good. So I think he's someone I definitely want for the future, but he has become a new target for Manchester United. Is this World Cup hype or not? I don't know, but he certainly has impressed at the World Cup so far. But again, he was already someone who was impressing well at Lille in the French league at such a young age. I think he made his debut at 16, so someone that has been rated for a while. But he is someone that's new on the Manchester United radar, someone I think United should consider signing. Now, the next thing, Tchouaméni, the idea of him leaving Madrid is becoming increasingly realistic. It's gaining more and more strength inside the club now. I'm not going to go on Tchouaméni for too long. He's someone that United obviously have interest in. It all depends on whether Real Madrid want to get rid of him. Now, for me, he would someone I'd go and get as that number six, do a job. Will cost you 50-60 million, but would be an investment that's worth it. He will want to play for United. Yes, his wage demands might be too high, but for me, he's someone who has that confidence, the ability on the board, the quality, more importantly, the experience of playing this United team. He's played in big games. Really is good, and he's impressed so far at the World Cup and has throughout his career at Madrid. And he's someone who's a winner, and I think he would get on well with Mainu and form a very good partnership in that midfield. And he is that guaranteed number six that United are looking for. Now, Manchester United are confident that Manuel Ugarte's knee injury will not disrupt their transfer business. Ugarte is out for the remainder of the year after rupturing his ACL in Uruguay's World Cup defeat to Spain. United had planned on selling Ugarte and were prepared to accept the loss, with the intention of signing a third midfielder. A deal was already agreed for Edison, and they remain keen on Mateus Fernandes, with Ugarte now unsellable and signed long term, bringing in an extra midfielder has become more pressing, and targets such as Alex Scott, Billy, Brent Wharton have all been tracked. United also want to strengthen other areas, with a left-sided player forward and a backup goalkeeper being mentioned. Bournemouth price on Alex Scott is firm. He's not for sale. They're pushing hard to secure a new contract at a outrageous price, but it isn't even deterring United or Arsenal, who are growing increasingly confident about prizing him away from the South Coast. And United don't expect Ugarte's injury to affect business. Now, listen, Alex Scott's name's been floating around for a while. He's someone who I think is definitely viewed as a backup to Matheus Fernandes if United can't sign him. Obviously, Fernandes has a lot of interest from Spurs at the moment, and they're willing to sort of put in that high bid for him and willing to pay him ridiculous wages. I think for me, Ugarte being out makes it even more pressing that United now have to go out and sign different players and different players with different profiles to fit that position. Now we definitely do need for Ugarte replacement, Mainu backup, and Casemiro replacement. And yeah, that does beg the question now whether United do go and get Alex Scott. I feel like he's someone who Bournemouth don't want to sell. Obviously, they've already lost quite a few, but they've lost their manager, they've lost Semenyo, they'll probably lose a few other players as well. The last summer was obviously a big summer for them where they lost Howson, Zabani, Kirkhead. So they are a team that we know they will sell players, but after all the losses they had, Alex Scott will be someone they're looking to keep. So it's going to be a difficult deal to do, but United definitely do have interest in him. And apparently Bournemouth want similar to Anderson money, which ultimately they're just not going to get. But United do want to add two midfielders after signing Ederson, which is needed. And another name has been mentioned is Felix Amecha. Now, this coming out from Bild in Germany. Manchester United and Newcastle are both keen on Amecha. However, the 25-year-old Germany international finds a move to Old Trafford more attractive than joining the Magpies. He also prefers City or Newcastle mainly because both Manchester clubs offer Champions League football, while Eddie Howe's side failed to qualify for Europe. United had a scout in Vavell is pushing hard, but Dortmund are calm and demand around 120 million euros, which again is just a ridiculous price for a player who, listen, don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but he's never worth that sort of money. I feel like he's someone who has good qualities about him. You know, he's good on the ball, can cover ground, can score goals, defends well, good set piece, like just a good midfielder. But to quote 120 million euros, he's not a player that's worth it. So we have to see how United do go about the deal. There definitely is interest, obviously, from Vavell's side, who has great links to German football. So we will have to see with Nemecha. He's definitely someone that, again, United have mentioned. He's not high on the list, but he's someone who United are definitely looking at. Now on Rashford, he's not. Andy Milton's not heard any indication of Rashford coming back to play for United. I think from their side, the turn to put to me was the race has been run. So Rashford's going to leave. Which club he goes to, we'll have to wait and see. But there's no intention for him to stay at Manchester United at the moment. But let me know your thoughts on Bouaddi, Ugarte stuff. Alex Scott, do you think United will sign him? As well as the Rashford situation. I already had my say. I think Rashford's going to go for Manchester United, and it makes sense for him to go. But let me know your thoughts.